guys, Honey Nice with you here, bringing you manga review of Black Clover this week, chapter 203, titled "It's Time to Break the Seal Now." Yo, I said last week that that chapter was the best chapter, hands down, of Black Clover, and it's gonna be like the best chapter of the year. Well, Black Clover did it again, and they made another best chapter. This chapter, wow, the incitement of this chapter. It begins off with Yami and Charlotte fighting their devil, and we got a description of what those tentacle things are. Supposedly they're like veins that absorb life from people, so they can't really touch it with magic. They have to actually like hit it with physical attacks, but none of them are on that physical level of capability to actually touch it, so all they can do is dodge and avoid. And we got this one cool panel where like Yami uses that technique when he cloaks his sword in darkness and he swings at you. Well, we see that he did it with Charlotte, but instead of doing it to Charlotte to like hit her with a slash, it actually ended up grabbing her and moving her back because she almost got caught by the vines. Sadly though, for Yami saving her, his hand was caught by the vine and the devil was making fun of him, saying, "Ha, you can't hold your sword now with your hand like that, can you?" And he was just mocking them. And he was like, "Y'all all gonna die a very slow and painful death." And he just there laughing. And we see the vines spreading out to all the other rooms going downwards, because they're on the top floor fighting. And when it comes to Asta, Yuno, and Petri, when they hit their room, we see a nice tag team combo with Petri and Yuno. Petri used his judgment swords techniques, which we've seen before. But we have Yuno making like this whirlwind and blowing it up. And they both combine to hit it. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, it absorbs magic. So it didn't do a damn thing to it at all. It just got absorbed and got stronger. So they dodged out the way. But Asta, who's exhausted and tired, couldn't dodge. He got hit. But thanks to Asta's weakness, as they call it, didn't do nothing to him. He was actually able to just cut through it with his basic sword and just the Roaring Demon Sword, and he was just perfectly fine. And you have this funny moment between Petri and Yuno when they're making fun of Asta. Yuno was like, he started off, he was like, "Oh, I guess you not having no magic and being born pitiful is good." And then we have Petri, expanding on that, saying, "Oh wow, I didn't know someone like you haven't existed in this world." And he was like, "Stop making fun of me, y'all." But then we got Mimosa, and she explains to all three of them, and Captain Naza, who's there. If you ever remember, he's still there. And she's like, "This is splitting up to all the other rooms. If this continues, this can actually kill everybody." So Naza was like, "Well, we're going to have to move up to the other rooms, since we're on the bottom floor, and we're going to have to save our magic knights and captains from this. That's going to be our main priority and our main mission to objectives to win this. We need everybody." So he's gonna be taking Mimosa with them, and they leaving to find everybody else. Where Asta, Yuna, and Petri are going straight up. And while that's going on, we switch to the end of the chapter, the last couple of pages, which this is when it gets really, really good, and it blows everything we have so far out the window. As you see in my thumbnail, you see that little girl with the horns. That's actually Nero's true form. And that stone statue that's moving, it was obvious who it was. It was the first Wizard King, and he's back to life. And he explains that when he was fighting the devil thing from last time, he was like in a death situation. So Nero put these seals on them so they can be in this weakened state, and he would be in his she would be in her bird state, and the Wizard King would be, petrified in stone, so they can be able to survive the wounds that they have. But thanks to Finra helping out, taking all the magic stone from the tablets and putting it on him, he's coming back to life slowly. He did state that his mana is not at full level, but at the same time, he stated that he was able to detect that the demon was all the way over there on the other side of the tower, doing something insane with some insane outward magic. And it's like, wait, you just said your magic wasn't at full peak, but though you able to detect that from all that distance? How strong is this first Wizard King? Like, I'm really impressed. I wanted to see what he's gonna do. Like how strong is he? I mean, there's so much legend on him, And in the anime, every episode, all 80 episodes, it begins with the minute and 10 seconds of them explaining and seeing the Wizard King's battle with the demons. So it's like, this guy must be insanely strong. And the thing is, he looks like a kid. He's real young. So it's insane. It looked like he could be as young as Asta and, maybe younger. Who knows? Or maybe he's just an older person that looks young. That could be a possibility as well. And Nero, we don't know what she is. I mean, she looked like a half human, half demon girl, but at the same time, those horns could just be fake or part of her magic. We don't know. But this was an awesome chapter, especially with the ending chapter with them holding hands and they blasting off at the speed of light to where the demon's at. And, the Wizard King does tell Finral, wait here, I'm going to bring your friends back. So, next week, or maybe, not next week, because next week is Golden Week, so the manga shouldn't be out, sadly. But the week after, when we go back in March, yeah, Black Clover, when you get that next week chapter for that on March. I mean, wait, no, we're in April, so May, my fault. May, when we get there, that's going to be very, very intriguing. But, I can't wait to see the Wizard King throw hands. That's what we should be seeing. Not next week, but the following week. Can't wait to see how everyone's going to react, especially Asta and Yuna, who want to be the Wizard King. I want to see how they're going to react and interact with the Wizard King. I want to see if we're going to finally get an explanation on who Yuno is. Because we know Yuno always had that, that pendant, which they used to bring back this devil guy. So, somewhere down the line, he has to be related to either the elves or Wizard King. Which we know the Wizard King is related to the elves because his sister had married his best friend who was from the elves clan, the leader, Light, or Lynch. So, we know Asta and Yuna is somehow related to these two sides of the faction. It's just we need to know how. And how they are alive in this time zone when years back all this happened. And now that the Wizard King is back, this also brings up another thing. Can Lynch come back? Because we know Lynch is back, but he's not at full power, full, mindset. But now that the Wizard King is here, can he come back as well? Are we going to have Lynch and the Wizard King tag team against this devil? Or is the Wizard King just going to come in and just beat the crap out of him himself with no help? Either way, I can't wait for the following chapter. That's going to be fire. But that's all I have for you guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and share with your family and friends. Give this video a like. Follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below. But that's all I have for you guys. Peace out and have a good one.